Hey, sports porchers. Good morning from Pittsburgh. And I'm happy to tell you I'm here with a Game 26 recap of a successful 6-2 win for the Pittsburgh Penguins over the Calgary Flames last night. That's right, it's morning, so you know what that means. I got my sports mug. Love my coffee in the morning with you guys. What a game last night. Let me tell you, I was at the game last night, and I've been to the Rangers games where they got killed, the Dallas game, which was the worst start to a Pittsburgh Penguins franchise in decades. And it was so refreshing to finally watch a game where the Pittsburgh Penguins could just put it all together. When you're at that arena, I can tell you, I told you, I almost saw a fight during that Dallas game. Swear to God, almost saw a fight in the stands. Never witnessed that before in my life. And this time, the atmosphere was fun. Everybody was relaxed. There were a lot of kids groups there. Looks like that's the Penguins' strategy, by the way, for filling seats. They're gonna try and get cheap seats out to a lot of local groups, which is great. Hey, I love to see all the kids there. They bring a lot of energy to that arena. I'll be honest with you. I think it's a good move by the Penguins. Get some young fans in, get them in cheap, and let them watch a game. And last night, the game was just so much fun to watch. Here's what you need to know about last night's game. And by the way, I'm going to give a little recap of the first 25. I know I was going to do it earlier, but I'm just going to do it at the end of this one because I think it's important now that we've passed the Thanksgiving threshold of if you're not in the playoffs, you're screwed. So we're going to get to that in a second. No video today, by the way. I think that the Pittsburgh Penguins last night got two things, and it happened in the first period. The first was a 10-bell save by Ned. I'm telling you, that save against Huberdeau, about maybe 5 minutes before the Penguins scored their first goal, that was the big difference maker. When the Penguins see that they have a goalie who's going to be able to make a save like that, they just get more confident, and that's what happens. I think it was there I go, trying to say Beauvillier again. Beauvillier was on the ice with a kind of a ragtag line. Lizotte and I think O'Connor was out there. They actually were not playing together on a line. I don't know if somebody didn't get to make the change. I think Geno was last man on the ice there, and just stayed out on the ice, and it worked. It was a nice chip off the wall from O'Connor. Lizotte, just a sweet pass over to Beauvillier. Great backhand, by the way. Got it up high. Their goalie last night was pretty much trash. But like I said before, both teams played the night before, so they had their backup goalie in. But that's where the Penguins were going to do good because Ned is a backup goalie, okay? And that's where, as long as Ned realizes, hey, I'm in for tonight. I got to play hard tonight because I'm probably not going to play the next game, by the way, which is Tuesday against Florida. We'll get to that in a second. So the Pittsburgh Penguins, just from there, they just put the pedal to the metal. They do so good. I'd love to watch this team. If many times the game's like 1-0, 0-0. Either way, at the end of the first, a lot of the games start like that. I keep track of it, and I'm telling you the truth because I'm the hockey Jesus. I'm here to tell you the truth, and I'm here to give you the facts about hockey. And in the second period, when they come out the way they did, they get 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. I've not seen that in a while, and it was just refreshing to see. Power play was kicking, 3 for 5 on the power play. Guys like Bunning, Tomasino, and Letang scoring on the power play. That's refreshing because you probably thought I was going to say Raquel, Crosby, and Malkin with power play goals. And that's good. That's a good side. That's what the Pittsburgh Penguins need. They need some secondary scoring from guys like Bunning. And I'm here to tell you, this Phil Tomasino, trust me, he's not the second coming of Sidney Crosby. Let's pump the brakes on that. But he has been able to solidify the line so that they can play Crosby, Raquel, and Rust up on that first line, and they play great together. When they know they're going to play together, they take the long approach at the games. They don't come out there firing right away necessarily. They figure it out. And that pass, I'm telling you, that pass that Sidney had on that goal, whoo, man, that was so sweet. He kind of whiffed at it at first, and then he looked up and he knew where the guy was. And I don't know how he sent that pass across the crease like that, but that was just an absolute beauty to Raquel. Oh man, so good to see Sid still have it. So Pittsburgh Penguins did win last night, 6-2. I'm not going to talk about the debacle in the third period where they gave up 2 goals right away. Just not gonna beat that dead horse right now because I don't think it's necessary and really had no outcome in the game. Let me show you a few statistics here. Let me get to it here. Nope, it's not a slide. It is a share the screen, and we're gonna get to some stats here. I want to share these with you. This is the Pittsburgh Penguins stats on the NHL as of this morning, and here's the problem the Pittsburgh Penguins have. Right now, Sidney Crosby is right where he always is, 0.96 points per game. Probably going to get up over one here in the next few games, and that's where he plays. That's where he lives. Geno slightly down, 0.85. That's probably about right where his average is. But look at it after that. I got nobody. Phil Tomasino, the guy who just started, is next. Brian Rust, he's got to be better than a 0.6 guy game. Him and Raquel, 0.6, 0.5. If you're above 0.5, you're doing okay unless you want to be a superstar. You got to be in the one range for sure. And then, down here, you just got a bunch of guys who just aren't doing anything. Like Lizotte, he only played in 4 games, so I guess we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But Puljujarvi, that's why he's not playing, by the way. 20 games played, zero point 0.4 points per game. His plus minus is pretty good. I'll get back up to the plus minus. Letang, Grzelcyk, these guys are defensemen, right? So you want to look at right here. You want to look at their plus minus. Their plus minus ratings are horrible, terrible. Minus 14, minus 13, not good. Pettersson's a little bit better at minus 8, and then you get down into, guys who just really don't matter that much. The St. Ivy, sorry about that flickering there. I don't think they gave Sam Poulin enough games played. 6 games played, a +1. This is where I would go if I was the Pittsburgh Penguins. Let me just go back up to the top so I can show you Sid's stats. This is where I would go if I was the Pittsburgh Penguins. Where do you see in here Noel Acciari or Nieto? Let's see if we can find them. Noel Acciari. There's Kevin Hayes. Okay. Played in is a -10. Okay. Not good. There's Noel Acciari down here. -12. Where's Nieto? Down here, only played in 8 games. He's a -5. This is where I would get rid of these guys. Put in Sam Poulin. Look, +1. That can't be that bad. Puljujarvi's going to score. He's up here, so he's going to give you more punch for your look, 10 right here. He's only a -2. Why aren't they playing these guys instead of Nieto and Acciari? I get it. You have to play Hayes. He's got a big contract. You're not going to be able to move him. They've already decided that they know they can not play Graves despite his contract and his value. So why not play these other guys? I think that's the next step in this evolution of the new Penguins that they're going to have to do if they want to do something in the near future. Let's see if I can go to the standings. Yeah, I'm going to have to share that with you guys. So give me a second here. So, yeah, that's where they are as far as points per game. That's why I keep beating this dead horse. I know they're never going to get rid of these guys. But if they do, I think they can take that next step where they get another scoring line in on it. They play. They're not going to play maybe as tough. But when have you ever seen a Chari or Nieto go after a guy, really slam a guy into the boards? I haven't seen it all season. So I don't think they're that type of player. I think that for that reason, I think the Pittsburgh Penguins need to make a change. Let's look at the standings. Okay, this is where I really want to go, and this is where I think it's important. I'm gonna. Penguins definitely have some more work to do. Despite 3 wins in a row, they are playing this week, Tuesday, versus Florida at home. Then they got to travel. They got some time off. I think the time off really helped them, by the way. Oh, not allowed to say, by the way. The time off definitely helped them. And they also get some time off this week. They play Tuesday, so that means they're off 2 days. And then they don't play again until Friday, so they're off another 2 days. So one game in 5 days is a nice rest for these Pittsburgh Penguins. They're healthy right now, so that's good. Hopefully they can get more. I think they're taking advantage of the practices. To me, it looks like their game is more refined. They got more set plays. It looks like they're executing better. But Florida at the New York Rangers, and then Saturday Toronto at home. So back to back, New York Rangers, Toronto. This is what I'm going to tell you guys, and this is where I'm going to finish. Going to go a little long today, but that's okay. The NHL season is like a whitewater rafting event. If you've ever been whitewater rafting, you know you're usually going with a crew, probably 3 or 4 boats. In this case, think of the boats as the lines for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So each boat is a line. You got the first line, is your first boat, second, third, fourth lines. Think of the left shore as a place where you can go to pick up some new players from your farm system, and think of the right side as a place where you can go to basically just say, get out of the boat. You're out of here. Okay. So that's all the Pittsburgh Penguins have. They've got 4 boats. They got people in the boat. They can go over the shore and, get some new people. They can even trade with people as they're going down the stream. Hey, get out of my boat. You go into that boat. We're taking this guy from this boat. And every game is like a Class 1 through Class 5 rapid, okay? Think of it this way. So when you're in a Class 1 rapid, this is a game you should win. When it's a Class 3 rapid, it's a toss-up game. Games like the last ones that the Pittsburgh Penguins played, like against Calgary and Utah and Vancouver. Those are toss-up games, Class 3 rapids, right? Maybe a little rough, but you should get through without getting thrown out of the boat. Well, they've got some Class 5 rapids coming up, my friends. Florida is a Class 5 rapids. They're at the top of the standings, if you saw, for the Atlantic. For the brief moment the Atlantic was up there. They're a tough game. Then they always play a tough game against the Rangers. Right now, maybe the Rapids are, maybe not firing at a Class 5, but for the Pittsburgh Penguins, they should approach that rapid as if it's a Class 5 Rapids. And then you got Toronto coming in with all of their pressure. This is where they don't need to get thrown out of the boat. And if they get thrown out of the boat and that cold water hits them again, this is where the Penguins really need to work on their game. But last night, the Pittsburgh Penguins win. That's 3 in a row. So proud of this team trying to make a run at it. But you saw from the standings, they've got a lot of work to do. They're only at 75 projected points. I told you, I thought it takes 95 points, definitely between 90 and 95 points to get into the playoffs. I'm going to take you through the whole season. Stop by. I'm your hockey Jesus. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you hear. I'm here all season. I'm here whether the Penguins are playing, whether it's the 4 nations, whether it's the playoffs. I'm your guy. I'm your hockey Jesus. All you Pens fans out there, say it loud, say it proud. Let's go, Pens. And I'll see you Tuesday night.